Rescue crews are airlifting hundreds of evacuees in rural Alaska after the remnants of a typhoon brought hurricane-force winds and record-breaking storm surge to the state's remote western coast over the weekend. The floodwater swept homes out to sea and submerged some coastal villages.
Hello, Papa Koyana. My name is Nellie Jimmie in English, and then my Yupiq name is Unangiq, Unangiq. And Yupiq Ojibwe Lakota, newly elected to the state legislature for District 38. And it's my first session. I have 2 daughters. I'm a grandmother. I love the way our traditional way of life, food, dancing, spirituality, all my practices. And my district's been impacted, not only my district, but the rural areas of Alaska have been impacted with this really horrible storm, which I was at home for with my daughter, Gia, and my niece, Lillian, where we experienced 100-mile-an-hour winds. So I was at home in my village in Tuxuk Bay with my daughter, Gia, and my niece, Lillian, where we experienced 100-mile-an-hour winds, where all we could do is wait and see if our house would come off the foundation, if we were going to have our windows broken in, which many homes did. Their windows were hit by debris. Our men were fighting to struggle to save what boats they could, because the boats are our way of life out there, and almost being hit physically with roofing tops. And then the flooding, our land eroded 10 to 14 feet. And that's just within Tuxuk, and the other surrounding villages also have had severe impacts as well. And the hardest villages that were hit were Squeagalung, Tuntatuliak, Kipnuk, Napakiak, where people have had really horrible experiences, being traumatized. But I'm so grateful how Alaska's coming together, and other entities, whether it's near or far, are treating my people, my relatives, with compassion and care, and making sure this moves correctly, the right way, and just the generosity that everybody's still showing to one another, no matter how hard. And I could feel the hurt when you go visit the shelters. And I just hope thank all entities, the local government, anybody who stepped in during this horrible disaster, that stepped up and helped their people, and to the governor for working on it so quickly. And we just hope that our president will declare it a federal disaster, so people may get a sense of normalcy, especially our children who have to go to schools in other areas, where in the village you can go to school and then you go home and you play outside without thinking. And now they're uprooted to a city where they weren't raised around vehicles, they weren't raised around all this busyness, but where they would go and play outside. I just really hope everybody takes care of themselves mentally, spiritually, and seek counseling, and not try to... I know as people it's hard for us to ask for help, but we need to be reaching out and asking for help.